Hi, beautiful souls. Today's video is about why, for highly sensitive people, they hate being rushed. And this is because our system is wired for quality and not quantity. We, as highly sensitive people, we process everything on a very deep level. That means we look at everything in different ways. We look at different nuances, different possibilities, and we don't just see the list of things to do. For example, we feel the weight of each of those items, and that can be overwhelming and overstimulating. And because we process everything on a deep level, multitasking and urgency feels very overwhelming and overstimulating to our bodies, to our nervous system. So being like engaging in activities that where you feel rushed can trigger your stress response and flight and put you in a flight and fight state, because your nervous system is very finely tuned to detect and respond to pressure. And so what you want to do is make sure that you don't look at this as from that it's a weakness or laziness. It's not. It's just the way you're wired. This is how your nervous system responds to something that it believes to be stressful or a stressor. And so it's just that when you have like a lot to do and you are pressured to do it in a very short period of time, you don't allow your body to do what it's best at doing, which is taking the time to process everything deeply, understand it, take in all the various nuances, look at it from every perspective, and come up with a very robust answer instead of a quick one. Anyone can respond in a quick fashion. Highly sensitive people, it's not that they can't, it's just that they don't want to, because they know that, oh, I haven't done my due diligence. I haven't really looked into this. I haven't researched it. I haven't processed it. There's a lot of information to take in. There's patterns to be, discovered. And there's a lot of thought process that needs to go into something. So I don't want to be rushed through that, because then you take away the beauty of being a highly sensitive person. You take away what I'm built to do and what my nervous system is built to do. So if this is resonating with you, I specialize in working with highly sensitive people, and I help them take life's burden and turn it into their superpower. So if this resonates with you, there's a link in my bio to my calendar. Please book a complimentary session with me, and I would love to work with you. So what can we do to protect ourselves from feeling rushed and overwhelmed, and having this pit in our stomach from having so much on our to-do list and having such a harsh deadline to work with? The number one thing that you could do is protect your mental bandwidth. Like it's super sacred for you, right? So limit your to-do list to three things that are must priority for you. Not the three things that are screaming the loudest, but the three things that make an impact on your day. And just concentrate on those three things. Yes, you heard me right. I said three. Yes, definitely we are able to do a lot more than three, but limit yourself to three things that are a priority for yourself. And if you finish those three things and you have more time, great, focus on the next item. But keeping it short helps your nervous system not get into that fight or flight mode, and keeps it balanced in the rest and digest mode, which is going to be the best for you, because that's when your brain works at its best. And then create buffers between tasks and between meetings. So make sure that you don't overbook yourself. You don't go from one meeting to the other without giving yourself some time to balance your nervous system before going into the next meeting, getting involved in the next project or next task. And then time block your calendar for focused work time. if you don't do that, your calendar would get full, and then you don't have the time that you need to work on things that you need to that take a long time to process and to work through and to really do a deep dive in. So make sure that you have that blocked out on your calendar so that you don't ever feel rushed or stressed out over them. And then say no. It's hard for us to say no as highly sensitive people, but you need to learn to say no. And a great way of saying no is saying, I'd love to help, but I don't have the capacity this week. Come back to me next week and let's talk about it. So this also helps people really respect you, because you set boundaries. People respect others who set boundaries. People don't like doormats, and not that highly sensitive people are doormats, but sometimes we act like it, because we want to please, we want to help, we want to make other people happy, that we don't stop to think about the impact that it has on ourselves, and we're givers by nature, so we need to figure out a way to limit how much we give. Life is about I can't say that word, anyway, give and take. Sometimes I can't say that word even though I know it, but so it's just like breathing. You can't exhale if you haven't inhaled, right? So make sure that you live your life in that way. There's a rhythm to life, it's a give and take. You can't constantly be giving, because that's when burnout happens, that's when overstimulation happens, and that's when you get annoyed, and you get resentful towards others. So it's up to you to set your boundaries and to learn to say no. And then use calming rituals for yourself to ground yourself. Maybe you take a 5-minute walk around your work environment, or you go and sit in the nature and just close your eyes for 5 minutes and listen to the birds, listen to the sound of the wind, the trees moving, whatever makes you feel at peace and grounded. It's also good to just go somewhere for 5 minutes and just do some breath work, for example. That helps a lot. And then self-soothe the inner alarm in you. When we feel rushed, when we feel like we have too much to do, we feel like, oh my God, the sky is going to fall. But it's not the case, right? Life moves on. You finish the work and there's more work to do. So there's never an end to the amount of work that you have to do. So pace yourself, give yourself the time that you need. As a highly sensitive person, you need time to digest, to observe, to process everything at a deep level. So it's okay, because the end result is going to be greater than any other way of doing it. So you don't dim your lights. Let your light shine. Let your beauty of high sensitivity shine, because when you do, it shows, and you want to make your work shine, and you don't want to dim your lights. You want to be able to be your authentic self and shine as bright as possible. If this video resonated with you, please like it, subscribe to my channel, and book a complimentary session with me. The link to my calendar is in the description. I would love to work with you on a one-on-one basis if you're a highly sensitive person, and I would love to help you see your sensitivity as a superpower. Thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you in the next video.